This is Smokin' Dave, and you're listening to a man who could beat up Justin Timberlake with one arm tied behind his back. It's the Kevin Friedman Show.
Hey now, it's Friday, April 6th, and another SportsGossip.com podcast is on the air. I'm your host, Kevin Friedman, here with my announcer, Smokin' Dave, and we're going to cover 10 of the hottest stories off the SportsGossip.com website. Dave, start us off with story number 1.
ESPN's new morning show, worst debut ever.
I predicted it on this very podcast just a few episodes ago, and it looks like I was right, because ESPN's new show, Get Up, debuted Tuesday to dismal ratings. I don't need to go into numbers, but let's just say Nickelodeon's Peppa the Pig tripled their ratings. Between Michelle Beadle, Jalen Rose, and Mike Greenberg, ESPN is paying them $15 million a year. They spent over $10 million on the set. They've spent millions on promotion. And all they had to do was listen to me. They would have saved $30 million. When I did this story the other week, I clearly said all three of them have already been on the network for years. Putting them all together on a similar show to ESPN First Take and that Skip Bayless show is not going to do a thing. I just don't get what they were thinking. They should have hired me and Dave. We would have worked much cheaper.
I would have come out naked on the first show just to boost the ratings.
You're going to come out naked on Disney-owned ESPN, huh?
Fine. I'll come out with a sock over my wing, but the audience needs to see my immaculate butt cheeks.
I've heard of the Immaculate Reception, but I've never heard of Immaculate Butt Cheeks.
Hey, Pat Riley, if you're listening, don't go thinking you can trademark that either. It's mine.
How about you and your Immaculate Butt Cheeks? Give us the next story.
Johnny Manziel's wife claps back at internet trolls.
Her name is Brie Tiesi. She's an internet model who's famous for posting bikini and ass shots on Instagram. Now I guess she's famous for marrying Johnny Manziel. She posted a couple tweets on Twitter complaining about internet trolls and why they waste their time criticizing others on social media. While I do absolutely agree with what she said, her responding at all is exactly what these people were hoping for. It's pretty simple when it comes down to it. You just don't respond to negativity on Twitter. I mean, I don't understand who would be negative to this chick anyways. I went on sportsgossip.com and looked at the pictures that are posted from her Instagram. There's one of her on the beach in a tiny little bikini. It's fantastic. Dave, did you see this picture?
Oh yeah, I just DM'd her a picture of my immaculate butt cheeks. Maybe her and Johnny Football are down for a threesome.
What's with you and the threesomes all the time?
What do you mean? She's a married woman. I'm not gonna do her without Johnny present. It's common courtesy.
Well, good luck with that. Why don't you give us the next story?
Jordan Howard deletes all Bears-related pics off his Instagram.
As a Bears fan, I don't like this one. The third-year running back, who still has 2 years left on his contract with the Bears, took down all his Bears-related pictures off his Instagram and gave zero explanation as to why. Howard and Tariq Cohen combined to make one of the most dangerous backfields in all of football. Howard made just under $1 million combined in his first 2 seasons with the Bears, and he's scheduled to make $630,000 in the upcoming season. Why he took down all his Bears pictures is a mystery. Hopefully he'll clear it up. But if I had to take a guess, I'd say it could be linked to the announcement the Bears made 4 days ago to unveil a Rex Grossman statue at Soldier Field. That's right, you heard me correct. The Bears are putting up a statue of Rex Grossman at Soldier Field. When I read this article on Fansided, I had to do a double take. I mean, I thought it was a joke, but it turns out it's legit. The Bears decided to commemorate their 2006 season, which they didn't win the Super Bowl. They lost to the Colts in the championship. Not with a Brian Urlacher statue, not with a Lance Briggs statue, not with a Matt Forte statue. Hell, not even a Robbie Gould statue. I'd rather see that. They chose Rex Grossman. The people running the Bears are delusional. I'd rather see a statue of Smokin' Dave and his butt cheeks than Rex Grossman outside Soldier Field. If I was Jordan Howard, I'd take down all my Bears picks too, just for that reason alone. Dave, what's next?
Here's the complete list of all banned phrases at the Masters.
You can go to sportsgossip.com to check out the entire list for yourself. There are 21 phrases on the list, including dilly dilly, mashed potatoes, sweep the leg Johnny, Dinklage for president for all you Game of Thrones fans, nobody beats the Wiz, and of course, Baba Booey. What's not on the list is the only other phrase worth saying besides Baba Booey, which is
hit him with the hind!
So all you golf fans going to the Masters, I expect to hear a lot of hit 'em with the hinds. That's one of the only reasons I watch golf. It's either Tigers in contention or I want to hear a Baba Booey or a hit 'em with the hind.
Is immaculate butt cheeks on the list?
No, Dave, it is not. Feel free to yell that out as much as you want. Now give us the next story.
PETA trying to sack Von Miller for killing shark.
You can go to Sports Gossip to watch a video of the Denver linebacker catching a huge hammerhead shark. He posted the video on Instagram, and now the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is investigating the linebacker for rules violations after the PETA complaint. Now, if you ask me, I think Von Miller should get an award for this. I mean, has PETA seen the movie Jaws? I mean, I won't even go in the ocean until all the sharks are gone. I hope Von Miller catches every shark in the ocean so I can go back in. I mean, these sharks are killers. They're not going to hesitate to bite you if you're in the ocean, so if you want to catch them, go for it. That's what I say, at least. The video is definitely worth watching. You can go to sportsgossip.com to check it out. And Von, to me, you're an American hero. All right, that's 5 stories down, 5 to go. Normally we take a commercial break at this time, but today, ladies and gentlemen, I have very exciting news. Live in studio making their American debut, they've been called the Sonny and Cher of China. It's Li Wei and Wang Feng singing a cover of the Air Supply classic, All Out of Love. Take it away.
I'm lying alone with my ear on the phone, thinking of you dearly. Oh, I know you were too, but what else can we do? The man torn apart. I wish I could carry your smile in my heart, for times when my life seems so low. It would make me believe what tomorrow could bring, when today doesn't really know, doesn't really know. I'm so lonely without you. I know you were right, believing for so long. I'm alive in love. When I'm not without you, I can be too late. See that I was so wrong. I want you to come back and carry me home, away from this long, lonely night. I'm reaching for you, are you feeling it too? Does the feeling seem so right? Then what do you say if I come now and see that I can hold on? There's no easy way if you can understand. Just love me or I'll be gone. I'll be gone. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right. Been leaving for so long. I'm all out of love. Where am I without you? I can't be too late to say that I was so wrong. What are you thinking of? What are you thinking of? What are you thinking of? What are you thinking of?
Beautiful job. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard music history. People remember where they were when the Beatles were on Ed Sullivan for the first time, and you will remember where you were when you heard the American debut of the Chinese Sonny and Cher, Li Wei, and Wang Fang on the Kevin Friedman Show on the SportsGossip.com podcast. Beautiful version.
What are you, deaf? My ears are bleeding.
You know what, Dave? You have no taste in music. Let's get back to the show. Give us the next story.
Gabe Kapler gets booed at Phillies home opener.
They boo Santa Claus, so of course they're going to boo Gabe Kapler, and it's well-deserved. The first-year manager has already screwed up multiple times in the first 5 games of the season. On opening day in Atlanta, he pulled Aaron Nola with 1 out in the 6th, a man on second, and he had given up 3 hits and no runs on 68 pitches at the time. He brings in Holby Milner because he wants to go lefty-lefty, and what does Milner do? Gives up a homer to Freddie Freeman on the next at-bat. They lose 8-5. Freeman was talking to the press after the game, and he said that pitching change changed the entire game. 2 days later, he called to the bullpen in the 3rd inning for Milner, who wasn't even warming up. Oh, and in Game 2, he used 9 different pitchers. I mean, this guy played in the league for 12 years, and he doesn't understand baseball. Of course he's going to get booed. Well, luckily they were playing a shitty team like Florida, so they won their home opener 5-0, and their record's now 2-4, so maybe the fans took it easy on him after the game. But Gabe Kapler better pick his managing game up because it's terrible right now, and Philly fans definitely don't stand for that. Dave, what's next?
Marshall volleyball player Kayla Simmons on spring break.
Well, I'm sure she's a fantastic volleyball player. That's not why we're doing this story. We're doing this story because Kayla Simmons is on spring break and posting bikini picture after bikini picture on her Instagram feed. You can go to sportsgossip.com yourself to check out all the bikini pictures of Kayla. You can take my word for it, she is one attractive girl. Would some call me a pervert for fitting in a story about an Instagram model in every one of my podcasts? Maybe, but hey, these girls post the pictures, I just look at them. Dave, you check these out?
Oh yeah, you see the one of her in the flower bikini? Now she's got some immaculate butt cheeks.
That she does. Dave, give us the next story, you perv.
Richie Incognito fired his agent on Twitter.
Very classless move by the Bills' offensive lineman, if you ask me. And I am a very classy guy, so I would know. I mean, I would never fire a guy on Twitter. Instagram maybe, but never Twitter. In the tweet, Incognito thanked his agent's athletes first, wished them the best, and told them they're fired. The Bills asked Incognito to take a pay cut this upcoming season, and perhaps that's the reason he sent out the tweet. Richie's managed to last 14 years in the NFL despite being caught bullying teammates, on tape making racist comments, and being an overall psychopath. Colin Kaepernick, he kneeled for the flag, so he can't be in the league, but Richie Incognito, 14 years. Then again, in a league where Jordan Howard gets paid less than $1 million for 2 seasons, while Mike Glennon gets $16 million for 1 season, I'm not surprised. Dave, take that cigarette out of your mouth and give us the next story.
This is a SportsGossip.com exclusive. Jen Selter spotted at a Yankees game trying to catch Aaron Judge's eye.
The New York media has been all over this one, but SportsGossip.com had it first thanks to our tipsters. If you want to be one of our tipsters, it's as simple as going to SportsGossip.com and clicking on the link. You also need to have a tip, but if you do, that's all you got to do. We broke the news the other day that Aaron Judge broke up with his girlfriend, and now that he's single, Jen Seltzer, the Instagram model out of New York, is trying to get a date. She showed up at the Yankees game sitting behind home plate, and rumor has it she's been trying to contact Judge privately through Instagram. You can go to sportsgossip.com to watch an exclusive video of Jen at the game. Jen's a decent-looking girl, but she's no Kayla Simmons. Anyways, if Jen does manage to get a date with Aaron Judge, I'm sure SportsGossip.com will be the first to know, so we will keep you posted. Dave, give us that final story.
Conor McGregor lost his mind at UFC 223 Media Day.
He's not fighting, but he showed up at the Barclays Center with about 30 thugs, stormed his way into the loading dock, and threw a metal dolly through a bus window, injuring a few UFC fighters in the process, and Conor McGregor is in big trouble. I'm sure you've seen the video by now. If not, you can go to sportsgossip.com and check it out. This is definitely not staged. Dana White made a statement saying it was a disgusting criminal act and he'll be arrested and sued. As I'm doing this story right now, the New York police are searching for McGregor for questioning. They do not have a warrant out for his arrest yet, but I imagine if you've seen the video, he will be arrested, he will be prosecuted, he will be sued, and he's in big trouble. McGregor was trying to get the current UFC fighter Khabib Nurmagomedov, and he just went absolutely crazy. You can hear Khabib in one of the videos going crazy himself and threatening to kill McGregor. All I know is that when this dies down and these guys fight, I'm going to pay to watch it. For now, we'll wait and see what happens to McGregor, but I guarantee he'll be back in the UFC down the line, and this is going to be one hell of a fight. Dave, have you ever thrown a tantrum like that?
Just once. It was 1957. I was in a butt cheeks contest. I finished in second place. I took the second place trophy and I threw it through a window right in front of the judges. I had way better cheeks than the guy who beat me.
That's the perfect way to wrap up a show, talking about your butt cheeks. That'll do it for another SportsGossip.com podcast. I want to thank my announcer, Smokin' Dave. I want to thank the Chinese Sonny and Cher, Li Wang and Wang Tang for coming in and making their American debut on the show. And most importantly, I want to thank you for listening. We'll be back Tuesday with another SportsGossip.com podcast. And until then, we'll see you next time.